Think of the first 3 people that pop in your mind who contributed to astronomy. Okay, go. Got it? Good. Now, did any of you think of Hypatia, Caroline Herschel, or even Annie Jump Cannon? No, I doubt it. I didn't either. When I first asked myself this question, I came up with Hawking, Galileo, even Hubble. Now, all these people are men. What about the women? Well, today I'm going to take you on a journey through the cosmos in which women help pave the way. Hello, everyone. My name is Nikki Capuzzo, and I will be discussing some of the most significant women in astronomy. Let us begin, shall we? First up, we have Hypatia. Hypatia was born in Alexandria, Egypt, between the time period 350 and 390 AD. She was raised primarily by her father, Theon. Theon was a mathematician, philosopher, astronomer, and astrologer, so it only made sense that Hypatia follow in his footsteps. Rather than marrying, Hypatia pursued academia. She was also considered to be a pagan and highly believed in transcendentalism rather than a god-based religion. This seemed to prove fatal for her. During the 412 AD, a new patriarch by the name of Cyril, bishop of St. Mark, was determined to Christianize all of Alexandria, Egypt. This meant going to the extremes of even killing and persecuting these people. Around 415 AD, Hypatia was riding around in her carriage when a mob of Christians, primarily, attacked her and drug her body to the Church of Caesar, where they tied her body up, beat her, stripped her naked, and scraped her skin off of her body. Eventually this killed her because, you can't really survive that. And they tore her body limbs by piece and burned them. She died a horrible death, and it was very, very soon, way before her time. However, her time on Earth, she did make many contributions to astronomy today. She was one of the first to chart the celestial bodies and develop the hydrometer. Now, depending on the source you're looking at, some people claim that the hydrometer was invented before her time. Others say she was the one who invented it. Those who say it was invented before her time say she developed the hydroscopium, which is a clock with gears and water that helps to determine the relative density and gravity of liquids, just like the hydrometer. She also has a crater on the moon named after her. This is known as Hypatia's crater. Even though Hypatia made many contributions to astronomy, she was not the only one. Caroline Herschel was born in 1750 in Hanover, Germany. She did not have a very easy childhood. When she was younger, she contracted smallpox, which left her cheek scarred and her left eye disfigured. Also, at the age of 10, she contracted typhus, which left her growth stunted at only 4'3". Her parents basically told her straight up that she was never going to do much with her life because of her looks, and her mother told her she was always going to be a maid. So that's what she was destined to be. It wasn't until later, when her brother, Frederick Willem, returned home from studying music in England, when he decided to take Caroline back to England with him to study music. In England, Caroline was able to discover her voice, and she was able to perform opera all over England, but only when her brother conducted. Eventually, Willem's interest of studying music shifted to astronomy, and Caroline eventually became his assistant. In 1781, Willem discovered Uranus, and in 1786, Caroline first discovered a comet. This is known as the First Lady's Comet, obviously named after Caroline. During her time of studying, she observed about 8 comets during her lifetime, and in 1828, after her brother died in 1822, she returned to England to complete a catalog of stars and nebula, and when this was completed in 1828, Caroline was awarded a gold medal by the Astronomer Society of London. She passed away in 1848 at the age of 98 years old. However, there is believed to be a ninth comet that is accredited to Caroline that was observed again by Brian Marsden, who is a British astronomer. She claimed to have found a rich spot between the stars 3, 4, and 7 of Pegasus that is now known as a comet. So today, Caroline Herschel discovered 9 comets, which is huge, because she wasn't even supposed to make it past mopping a floor. From rags to riches, Caroline Herschel made many contributions to astronomy. Along the way, so did another woman by the name of Annie Jump Cannon. Annie was born in 1863, and her mother helped her in her pursuit of astronomy. Her mom actually taught her all the constellations. She studied at Wellesley College, which is a predominant, prestigious college for women in the United States. However, the cold winters were really harsh on her, and she contracted scarlet fever, which caused her to lose her hearing. She was really upset about this, and in 1884, she graduated with a degree in physics, even though she wasn't very happy with this degree. After her mother passed away, though, in 1892, she returned to study, and she wanted to go for a degree in astronomy. She was admitted into the Radcliffe Women's College in Harvard, which paved her way to work in the Harvard College Observatory. Here, her job was to basically reduce the data and carry out any any astronomical observations. Mainly, this included the spectra of the stars and classifying them. Today, we contribute Canon to the OBAFGKM, or the OB Fine Girl Kiss Me classification system, where O is the blue or the hottest stars, and M is the red or the coolest stars. She made this classification easy for everybody to kind of understand, when prior it was a little harder to comprehend. It is believed that she observed about 350,000 stars. This is like 300 stars an hour. Partly due to her hearing loss, it is believed that her vision was enhanced drastically because of this. She was also awarded, she was one of the first women awarded an honorary doctorate of Oxford University and an elected officer of American Astronomical Society. She was the second woman to ever receive the Henry Draper Medal as well. With the money that she was awarded with these prizes, she set aside for a fund for women who contributed to astronomy, and this is known as the Annie Cannon Prize, and it is still awarded today. Hypatia, Herschel, and Cannon all paved the way for astronomy today. Now, I'd like to discuss something that has happened recently within NASA. A couple weeks ago, actually about July 14th, a New Horizons space mission was launched. This included basically flying past Pluto to see what Pluto consisted of. Now, what makes this so interesting is about 25% of the women, 25% of the people in this group were composed of women who were mostly in charge of every aspect of the mission. This mission was the fastest mission ever launched. It was also the farthest and the first to Pluto. This is awesome and like the coolest thing in the world. Well, when they were flying over Pluto, they discovered a Texas-sized plane. This is known as the Sputnik Planum. It had a heart-shaped region that had ice flowing in it, similar to glaciers on Earth. It is believed that Pluto is rich in nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and methane ices, which at Pluto's temperature of negative 390 degrees Fahrenheit makes it the ice flow like glaciers. There is also a newly discovered mountain range in the southernmost region of Pluto that was ancient crater terrain invaded by much newer icy deposits. Now, this mountain range in Pluto is really similar to the Appalachian Mountains here in the United States. So they informally named it right now the Hillary Montes, or the Hillary Mountains, named after Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, who first summited Mount Everest back in 1953. So they named the second Mount Everest after those two men. In conclusion, I have discussed the unique intergalactic soul of Hypatia, Caroline Herschel, who from rags to comets, and Annie Jump Cannon, who developed a sequence of stars. These three women and many others have paved the way for astronomy today and opened the field for many women to come. I'd like to close with a quote by Deputy Project Scientist from NASA, Leslie Young. Girls will be inspired to be scientists, and boys will grow up gender blind, seeing women in science as the norm. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Hypatia, Herschel, and Booth all opened... Why do I want to keep saying Booth? Her name is Kate. In conclusion, I have discussed the unique intergalactic In the name of love, people who break my heart.